Welcome to the BCM podcast. It's Friday morning edition. We typically, for people who don't know, we typically record on Thursday afternoons. Charles is going down a very, very, very slow elevator. We typically record on Thursday afternoons, and this morning, or we're recording on a Friday morning. So if we're not as chipper as normal, blame it on that.
That's a choice, brother. Be chipper.
And I would usually be chipper because mornings are my time.
It's Charles' time to shine.
I'm typically a morning person too, but we had a awake baby multiple times in the middle of the night. So
shine is a term that the Black community used, right? What's that mean? Shine.
I don't know that.
I feel like I see like Uncle Hotep and Hotep Jesus say the shines a lot, and they're referring to a specific type of Black person. Am I mistaken?
I would be unfamiliar.
Oh, interesting. Okay. You must not be Hotep.
I did think of a country song when you said that, but
which country song?
Shine.
Oh, okay. What?
Well, we got a bunch to get to today. What should we start with? Let's start with share screen. That's not the one.
Share screen. This is Charles. Tell us about yourself.
Charles, how are you doing? While Michael figures out this share screen
Not
thing.
Great, to be honest. It's a day. I was sick earlier this week, and I don't know what it was. I thought it was COVID. My body was aching, but I didn't know I had body aches until I was walking past the mirror one day and realized I was limping. And
you realized you were a little chubbier than people tell you are?
Yeah, that was it.
Well, people have been saying that you've lost some weight, I think, and it looks like you have. Especially, huh?
Who said that?
I say that. One, I've noticed it. Michael's noticed it. Michael's wife has noticed it. We've all noticed it. You.
I didn't notice it.
You guys have been having conference calls about me getting in shape?
I mean, I don't know about shape, but your face looks better.
Well, I did go to a coffee last Friday, and when I sat down, they were like, "You look really."
Your belly didn't touch you didn't have to. You could tuck in a little bit closer to the table,
I was wearing a gray shirt, and they're like, "You're looking real fit," and I was like, "Thank you." And I was at Avalon Diner walking out, and I saw this guy who's running for office, and he was like, "Looking fit," and I said, "Thanks."
Okay,
you did the work.
All right, Michael, share your fucking screen.
I am ready.
All right. Compliments on me. We don't want to talk about anything anymore, huh?
From the Texas Tribune, U.S. Rep. Chip Roy, Paxton aide turned foe to run for Texas Attorney General. Big news. Are you guys excited about this?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's exciting in the sense that the Texas Attorney General race will be more exciting now. I guess we had Aaron Reitz, and Mays Middleton and Joan Huffman. And I mean, I don't know. I like Mays Middleton. The other two don't really excite me. But Chip Roy knows how to use media and knows how to get attention. So I feel like it'll be a more exciting race. Is he the right guy for the job? A lot of people are pissed off at him for not being on the side of Ken Paxton.
Yikes. Imagine doing that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there was a recent poll of the existing candidates before Chip Roy got in, and it's wide open. 12% Huffman, 8% Middleton, 7% Reitz. So that leaves you with 73% of the people not knowing who they're going to vote for. It seems to me that he's the clear front runner, but he aren't him and Middleton kind of occupying the same lane a little bit?
I would think so. I think Chip's a little more like, I'd say outspoken's not the right word, but like vocal. Like I feel like he's like louder, if you will, about some of the things. I think you're talking about the Barbara Jordan School poll. Is that the one you're talking about where it had Huffman?
Yeah, I think so.
Which I didn't expect Huffman to lead. I mean, it was a decent gap. I mean, 4 or 5 points. I think she was 12, and I think the nearest was Mays, maybe 8 or something like that.
Michael literally just said the numbers, but
did he? I'm sorry. I heard him going through it. I didn't hear that specific. Okay, whatever. Sorry. But I thought that was interesting that she was first. But then I thought about it, and one, I wish Chip had announced sooner so he could have been in that poll and we'd get like a better picture of what the field looks like. Because that's the only polling I've seen so far. I don't know if you guys have seen anything else. But I thought it was just interesting that she was so far ahead, given like how much Aaron's been on like really hard right conservative media nonstop, and how much Mays has been just kind of racking up endorsements from the state house. But even thinking about it even more, I was like, it's not really that surprising because she's got chair finance and budget, now chair of criminal justice, always like with Dan Patrick everywhere for the past 10 years. So I feel like people do know her well enough that she's got like high enough name ID. But I'm excited about Chip. I really am. The one thing I will say is, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you can say your one thing.
The one thing I will say, the one last thing.
It's not your one thing. It's like your 12th, but that's fine.
One thing that I will say is that I'd always been a fan of Chip, but I think where, for me, it solidified it was that day that he gave the speech on the House floor about not certifying the votes. And he was saying that if we're not going to certify the votes for Trump, then that means we shouldn't certify the votes for all of our colleagues in Congress who also were on that same ballot. But it wasn't just that. It was right after that, he sent out an email with his remarks, and it did not have a donation link. It was like this email blast, and there was no donation link. And I noticed, and I was like, that's interesting. There's nowhere to give. And it's because I think he just wanted people to hear the message, and he didn't care that much about the money. And I'm sure people went and found the donation link, but I thought that was pretty solid.
Yeah, that is pretty solid. He did say, I read an article about this yesterday. He did say that part of the reason why he's doing this is because he doesn't think that congressmen, right? Let's not be woke. Congressmen they shouldn't be in office it shouldn't be like a lifelong, it shouldn't be a career, right? You got to do your time and then leave. So he said, I'm going to move on to, this, I'm going to run for this other position, AG of Texas. But I haven't seen anything about him resigning his position. So it kind of seems, hello, Charles Washington over here.
In the Potomac on my 10th birthday.
On your 10th birthday. Okay. So that, I mean, he's got to resign. He's got to resign from Congress. If that's his reason, he's got to do it.
Wait, why does he have to resign?
He can't resign?
Yes, he does need to, because he's saying that's why he's doing this. I mean, among the other things like securing the border. Okay, I don't know. Like, what's the AG going to do? Is he going to secure the border as AG? Probably not. And he's talking about reining in the rogue Soros DAs. Okay, cool. But actually do it, because we keep hearing this bullshit all the fucking time and nobody does anything ever. So nothing ever happens. Resign your position. Resign from Congress. If that's the reason why you're doing it, if you're going to make that point, do it. And then, see what happens from there.
Wait, I'm sorry. Could you reiterate what point he made again? I'm sorry.
I love that you're listening this morning. It's really,
I am, but I didn't draw the connection between. Please.
He's listening like our kids listen to us. Like
no, I just want to. No, I was trying to draw the connection. Go ahead. He
said in a statement, I was reading an article yesterday, he said that part of the reason why he's doing this is he doesn't think that congressmen should be congressmen forever. Right? He's served for he's in his 4th term, and he feels like he needs to go do something else because congressmen shouldn't be congressmen forever. Not career. It's not a career. And so he's going to run for AG because of that. That's one reason. But if that's his reason, if he's saying that, okay, then resign from Congress.
Well, why would you resign? Like, why would he not finish his term? He can't run for re-election at the same time. So, like, he's leaving Congress anyway.
He still has a job. He still has a job that he was elected to do by the people in his district, and he's just going to resign because he's running for something else. No, he stays there. Not to mention, Republicans have a 2-seat majority in the House, and so how are you going to?
And he can't run for re-election at the same time.
Listen, motherfuckers, I'm not saying it's a good or bad idea if he resigns. I'm saying that that's what he said. That's why he's doing it. Okay, well, fucking resign then. And by your word.
But there's no overlap. That doesn't make any sense.
So what happens? Is he doing his job if he's running for AG? Is he doing his job? Is that we all have? Isn't that a complaint that we all have about Congress people? Is that they're constantly running for re-election all the time and not actually doing their job like they should be? And now he's running for AG and not resigning from that position. Look, if he loses AG, okay, then he needs to go because that's what he said.
He won't be there. Like,
God, you guys just love licking boots.
Because I don't.
Yeah.
He can't run for re-election at the same time. So if he loses AG, he's not on the ballot for Congress.
Okay, whatever.
I don't love licking boots. This is just a bad argument.
It's not a bad argument. If I say that if I say that we shouldn't be career politicians, and so I'm going to look for another position, and I end up being a career politician, what does that say about my principles?
His term is going to end at the end of next year.
I don't understand. Yeah, like,
how do y'all not understand?
And he's not going to be in Congress.
Okay.
He's saying, but he's running for AG of Texas.
Okay.
So your two arguments are that he's going to be distracted so he can't do his job. Well, if he was running for re-election, he would still be running for re-election. And two, he can't be on the same ballot, so he's not going to be on the ballot for Congress. So no matter what, he's leaving Congress at least this next term. So why would he resign his position? I just don't understand that.
That makes sense.
Because Brad's on a tear this morning. Brad is a true morning person.
I love it.
Yeah. So I think if I had to guess, he would probably be in the 20s. You know, I think he's got way higher name ID. I mean, he has some checkered past with the Trump, with the Trump and Paxton stuff. He hasn't always been there with Trump, and he hasn't always and he criticized Paxton. But I think he's well enough liked that he's the front runner here. It's his race to lose, and I think we might see some people drop out.
Who?
Well, that's what I mean. What
like right now?
I can't. No, just eventually. Like I don't. And this will probably bleed into our next segment, but I don't get. I love Mays Middleton, but I don't get why he runs against Chip Roy.
I mean, I think this is all kind of. I mean, Joan Huffman 12, Middleton 8, Reitz 7. And those were the three, I don't know if other people have filed and who cares who they are, but this is AG and only 12% know who Joan Huffman is. Like people don't know who these people are. I keep following state politics and local politics. It's always funny to remember, oh yeah, people have no fucking clue who people are in the state house or Senate. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it?
I mean, yeah, I think people should be more engaged, and then maybe, it would probably get worse if people were more engaged, to be honest. So,
I think you're right. Like maybe someone like her, given the power that she wields in the Senate, people should probably know a little bit more about her. But I mean, I don't know why. Like take Mays, for instance. He hasn't chaired. I don't think he's chaired a House Senate committee, or did I say House for Joan? Whatever Senate. But I don't think he chaired a Senate committee. So I don't know why some random person from, I don't know, middle of nowhere is not going to know who he is unless you're from the region or unless you follow state politics. Joan, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a broader conversation we could have one day about why people are so disengaged from the political system. I can't imagine why. It's like they are always delivering for the American people. So why, win after win after win. So why are people so disengaged and not interested?
Because Patriots are in control, brother. Sit back and watch the show. 2 more weeks. Arrests are coming.
Are those people still real?
Yes. Q is making a comeback, buddy.
All right. Well, in other election news, we had another big announcement on Tuesday, I think it was. Well, look at this. Dan Patrick, Lieutenant Governor of Texas, denies rumors he's not running again. Rumors that I have helped spread. He is... He emphasizes he's running for re-election, and he does it with 11 senators. Look at that. Is that?
Man, I can't see shit.
Oh, you want me to make it bigger?
Yeah, make it bigger. That's what she said.
That's just its size.
You can zoom in. You have an Apple, right? Zoom.
There you go.
What a crowd. That's great.
We got candidate David Cook and Senator Brian Hughes, and I'm not going to go through everybody, but it's basically 8 senators and a couple candidates for Senate that he's endorsed. Dennis Paul.
You said you weren't going to go through them, so don't go through them.
Okay, don't go through them. And so I didn't listen to it. Did you guys listen to his press conference?
No. What is he, I mean, unless he's throwing the microphone or another bag of THC at somebody, I ain't listening.
You never know.
I never thought he wasn't running. I don't know. I didn't give much thought to it, but I just assumed he was.
We rarely do.
Well, there's been a bunch of scuttle around the Capitol about whether or not he's going to run again. I think he's probably at the end of his career politician, and people have been talking. He's probably not going to run, and so he announced this press conference on Monday. Interestingly, the same day that Governor Abbott sent out that second special session agenda, which included some new words that maybe Lieutenant Governor didn't like. No ban on legally derived or hemp derived products or whatever it says. And then he announces this press conference and he holds it on Tuesday. And I don't know. That just seems, I was looking at the governor's announcements for re-election and other candidates, and like, they're just more people, and not just elected senators.
Where was that? Do you know?
No.
That's there's a La Quinta down on Mopac here in Austin.
Well, 2 of his senators are up for re-election. I mean, not up for re-election, up for their own. So maybe that's why they didn't want to be seen as, even though I don't think he has an opponent. Maybe they're busy doing that. So I don't know. I don't know. But
well, he's 75 years old. How long is the term? 4-year term, right? So 6-year term. So he's going to be fucking 82 by the time it's done. Like, this is okay. Come on, this is just stop. You're done. Doesn't he have a radio show? Go host your radio show. Go
not anymore.
He doesn't. Well, he gets started. He gets started again. He's got the name Wreck. So I don't know. What's the point at this point? Why are you still doing this? Don't you have grandkids? Don't you have children? Don't you have a life that you want to lead instead of leading ours? Conservative Republican, live and let live, freedom loving guy. Yeah.
The
energy guys, you guys are doing great.
I'm not buying it. I think it's a stunt. I think he's still undecided. I think it was a show of legislative power, and that's why I think he's surrounded by senators and not regular people who are going to vote.
Interesting. Explain. Why would he do that?
Because his hemp bill is getting, he's losing he's losing the fight for a total ban on hemp. And he wanted to, he filed this, or he didn't. Senator Perry filed the same exact bill, even though Governor Abbott said explicitly he doesn't want to ban. And so I see this as more of a power play in the legislative fight over THC ban than anything else.
How does it? So he's signaling like, hey guys, I'm going to be around for a long time, so you better support me, or your Senate bills ain't going nowhere. That's it.
You think I'm not running for re-election? Yes, I am, and all the senators support me. And so, if you want to continue to get your bills through the Senate,
interesting.
I would suggest voting yes on the ban.
Yeah,
and then you talked to Chairman Cody Vasut, who chaired redistricting, but you guys talked a little bit about hemp, and he said in that podcast episode that there's going to be a robust floor fight over ban versus regulatory scheme. And so the timing of it all just seems convenient.
A
little too convenient.
You have such deep analysis, Michael. I love the way you see it. That's awesome. I like it.
Oftentimes that takes me down bad rabbit holes.
Bad.
You know what I mean? Bad ones. But I don't know. Maybe he is running for re-election and he does want to serve till he's 82.
Since we're talking about re-elections, Lloyd Doggett, the 30-year congressman from Austin, is signaling he is not going to run if this redistricting map it gets held up in the courts. So why wouldn't it get held up in the courts? But whatever. And Greg Casar is going to step in, and he's going to run for that position, and we're going to be represented so fucking hard by Greg Casar. It's going to be awesome. All these, like, it happened on the same Austin Chronicle, local paper here, had an op-ed with like 17 different authors. I don't know how that works, but Wendy Davis was one of them, and they're all saying it's time to pass the torch. Lloyd Doggett, time to do it. You go off to greener pastures. Let the younger generation step up. And Lloyd Doggett was the first Democrat congressperson to tell Joe Biden after that debacle of a debate, it's time to hang up your boots, young man, and retire. And now look at him. He's gone 30 years as a congressman. And what do we have to show for it?
No inflation.
Zero
inflation. Yeah. I mean, I think he probably in his heart of heart wanted to run against Casar, but I think he got shown some polls, and the reality is if he went head to head with Greg Casar, it would probably not be very close. So better bow. I mean, I think he's bowing out in the face of defeat, not out of integrity.
Yeah. He's not. He doesn't have any integrity, right, Charles?
I mean, I don't know who he is. I mean, I know his name, but I don't know him. So I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh, well, what happened, Charles, is they redistricted and they took the 2 Democrats congressional seats in Austin and made them 1. And so there was like a little bit of a feud between Doggett and Kassar about who was going to run. And it was kind of happening in the open. And then all of a sudden Doggett's not running.
I saw Adam tweeting about it a bit, but it's the same thing that happened, I think, in North Texas. Our friend Adam, who's been on the show.
Adam Lowy is his last name.
Has it been multiple times or one time?
Just the one time.
But I think didn't the same thing happen up in North Texas with Jasmine Crockett and is it Mark Vesey, I think, or something like that?
Yeah, Vesey.
But yeah, so, and I'm curious what's going to happen there. I mean, I don't know. She was tweeting up a storm about it. And I was thinking, well, maybe you should just stay in the state house and you would have a vote. But no, you just have to go to Congress. So you don't have a vote on it. So you just have to deal with what comes, unfortunately.
I think there was rumors that AOC and Jasmine Crockett are going to team up for a presidential run. Wouldn't that be fucking awesome?
It would be fun.
That would be the best. I would love that.
Well, if you look at this map, though, it's like, how many seats should Democrats have? I get that these are the population centers: Dallas, Austin, Houston, but like that's pretty red.
So,
like, look at that map and then just throw out a number. How many seats should they have? 4?
0.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, because those population centers are where most people live. So you're like, I don't know.
I mean, it's not that crazy though. I think there's 9 states in the United States that have 0 Republican representatives, even though they have, 30 to somewhere between 30 and 45% Republican voters. So it's not, this is, all this bullshit about gerrymandering. The Republicans are destroying democracy. It's all stupid noise, right? But people aren't engaged.
And I'd like to point out that as of, we had our show last week talking about with State Representative Briscoe Cain, who is now formally filed for CD9.
Woo!
Congressional District 9, currently held by Al Green, soon to be held by
the singer?
No, but of same name, and roughly same age.
Same look.
And there's rumor, we'll see what happens, that Dan Crenshaw may be running in that district because his district, if it held up, which I think it did, now contains Steve Toth, who would very likely win.
All right, so we got Briscoe Cain versus Dan Crenshaw.
Maybe.
I know, it's whatever. Let's have fun with it, Charles. It's fucking 8:57 on a Friday morning. Let's have some fun. We got Briscoe Cain versus Dan Patrick. Let's just have fun with it. Is that going to happen? I don't know, but what happens?
Well, I doubt that's going to happen.
Why? You just said that he would run, maybe.
You said Dan Patrick.
What did I say?
You said Dan Patrick.
Oh, I meant to say Dan Crenshaw. Ooh, thank you. We can still have fun. So throw Dan Patrick in the mix. So Dan Crenshaw versus Briscoe Cain. All right. Now, of course, I'm rooting for Briscoe Cain, but who gets the coveted? Huh?
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Who gets the coveted Trump endorsements?
I think no one. I would say.
What?
I don't know.
Dan Crenshaw sucks.
Yeah, but I get that. I mean, I think Trump likes. I don't know that Trump likes Crenshaw, but Crenshaw has said some favorable things. I just don't see why he would get involved. It's a Republican either way. So, I mean, I don't know.
Doesn't he get involved all the time? I mean, he just endorsed Dustin Burrows.
He already endorsed Dustin Burrows, like when he endorsed all the state reps.
All right, calm. Yeah, I just read it this morning. All right, I don't. Did he already do? Did he do it weeks ago? And I just saw the tweet. I'm sorry.
He did. No, he did, and also like re-endorse him yesterday. But he endorsed them all like at the end of session.
Okay, whatever, man. Sorry. I mean, is there going to be another Republican that runs against Dustin Burrows? Maybe, but he already endorsed Dustin Burrows. So, like, does he endorse even though there's 2 Republicans? It seems like he does.
Yeah, but that's quid pro quo.
Okay,
you know
all right.
So is he?
Sorry, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
Okay, don't ask Michael for insider opinion if you don't want his insider opinion.
I didn't say insider opinion. I said let's have some fun and ask who gets the endorsement. And you go throw a curveball in it and say nobody.
That's probably the likely outcome. He probably I want him to endorse Briscoe, but Crenshaw's a sitting Republican. He's not a Trump sycophant, and the grassroots don't like him, and MAGA doesn't like him, but he raises lots of money, and I don't know.
And when you look at his voting record, I don't know because I haven't looked at it, but I'm thinking that it pretty much aligns like more or less with the kind of Republican caucus, I would think. Maybe not Marjorie Taylor Greene, but like it's probably in line with most. So I think where you have the differences is, yes, Briscoe would be more in line with that wing of the party and very, very outspoken on those issues. And does Trump want that? Sure. Yeah, of course. But I don't know. I don't know why Trump does the things he does half the time.
It's true. If he was thinking about it, he would endorse Briscoe Cain.
AI says Dan Crenshaw's voting record and public statements indicate a complex relationship with the MAGA wing of the Republican Party. While he generally votes in line with conservative positions, whatever that means, he is not considered a loyalist to the MAGA agenda and has frequently criticized fellow Republicans, leading to significant friction within the party.
I think that's exactly what I just said in short form.
Yeah.
Crenshaw has been labeled a rhino by hardcore MAGA supporters. Patriots are in control. 2 more weeks.
So I'm just curious. We've got a ways till the midterms, but what is your gut telling you right now? How we just got 5 seats in Texas. There's going to be pickups probably in other states for both parties. There's going to be a little gerrymandering fight that's going to, play out over the next 6 months or so, whatever. How are you guys feeling about the midterms, both in Texas and nationally? Charles, you can go first.
I don't know. Cause if they were held today, I would not feel very good given just kind of like the state of everything. Like when I go grocery shopping, I've never been one to like actually think about when I go grocery shopping, the price increases, but like I'm starting to notice, I'm like, well, this is like much more. I'm shopping for one person. It's not like, so
that must be nice. How's that feel?
So I'm starting to see it. I'm like, it's a little pricey here. Let me get the store.
Do you shop with your monocle and your top hat?
So it's like, let me get the store brand. And so I think that's playing a significant role.
Oh, the store brand? Gross, Charles. Never get the store brand.
So I think if it were today, not great. We'll see how things go. But I do think that it might be an issue with like some of these other states and actually gerrymandering Republicans out. Like, are we going to lose more than we gain at the end of the day? And are the Texas maps even going to affect, assuming we're going to get sued over them?
Okay. Look, this is the only gerrymandered map that I actually care about. And if it doesn't happen, I'm exiting politics. Okay. So if this doesn't happen, I'm out.
Jeb?
That's Jeb, brother. How do I feel about the midterms? I really hope that this gerrymandering business spreads across the United States and it just gets fucking wild. I really do. What's going to happen? I don't know, but I'm excited and I want it the craziest possible outcome. That's what I want. I want Texas to be all red. I want California to be all blue. I want it all. I want it to be just solid strongholds of whatever party and just gerrymander the fuck out of it.
It's one way to get rid of gerrymandering.
Yeah. Well, is that good? I mean, we're never going to get rid of gerrymandering. I still maintain that we were indoctrinated to think that gerrymandering is terrible and only one side does it and it's all fucking. But everyone, it's just so dumb. It's just how it's always been done. It's how it's always going to be done.
Well, I mean, if that happened, your scenario, I mean, the country would be Republican forever.
Oh, dang.
Right?
I don't know. Would it be? Is it majority Republican? I think all the houses, like the state houses, are majority Republican, right?
I don't know. I would think that. Well,
I love our expertise.
I guess I don't know. What?
It's you're mad that we don't know that. That's a random question to just have an answer.
I'm just having fun, man.
I'm not mad. I'm just like.
You're mad.
I guess the Senate would be overwhelmingly Republican always because more states are red than blue. But by population, which is how Congress is determined, maybe it's more 50-50.
Yeah.
But the Senate would be like 80-20 Republican Democrat. I think somewhere around there.
Hell yeah. So, whatever. I mean, I just want the craziest outcome. That's what I want.
Okay.
Because I'm a podcaster and I need things to talk about.
I'm predicting now, and I'm reserving the right to re-predict or change my prediction.
No, you cannot do that on this show.
We have a prediction show in January. I will re-predict then. It might be the same, it might be different, but Republicans are going to get blown out.
The majority,
not like 2018,
are controlled by Republicans. Republicans control 28 state houses.
Interesting. Do you guys know where the word gerrymander comes from?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Stephen Gerrymander from the 1802 Congress, and he.
No, well, actually, the year is kind of close, but the term gerrymander comes from Massachusetts Governor Elbridge Gerry and the word salamander. In 1812, Gerry signed a bill that redrew electoral district boundaries in Massachusetts to favor his party, and one district looked like a salamander, and so they kind of calling it gerrymander.
Interesting.
No, right.
I thought that was really interesting. I don't know.
It is. Thank you for the education. All right.
All right, we're gonna lighten this isn't exactly potpourri, but it's a bit of personal news.
I love potpourri.
So
news. It's not
for me. It's yours. It's your guys's. Charles has officially an author for his forward. I don't know if you're able to share that information, but I just wanted to get an update on your upcoming book, when you expect it to publish, if you want to talk about who's authoring the forward. It's pretty exciting. It
is exciting. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it. I have no idea. So I'm just going to err on the side of caution and say no. But it is a huge deal, at least to me. And I think some people will find it to be a pretty big deal. I'm really excited. The book is currently in peer review. So my people who I guess are supposed to be peers, but they're not really peers, are reviewing it.
How do they feel about that?
Well, I mean, I'm not a peer to them, I guess is the way. I don't know how to. Anyway, so the book's currently in peer review. I should get those back in the next month or two, and then I incorporate those edits, and then it'll be set for publication about a year from now, so October 2026 ish. So so I'm excited.
Why does it take that long?
Because editing and peer review shouldn't take that long, but the cover and the design and all this stuff.
Do they not have Canva?
I guess not.
What?
Do you want Brad to make the cover?
He should be able to cover it.
Oh yeah, Michael was not saying if you want me to make the cover, like be on it, like I made it. He was saying you made it, but I'll take both. I will be on the cover.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it'd sell a ton of copies.
Oh yeah, well, man.
The bald head person's rally, but I don't know what the cover looks like, and I don't have any say in it really. I mean, I have a say in whether or not we select a certain one, but there's a person who's doing it, and so I just get things pitched to me. So we'll see. It's fun, interesting, and I'm learning as I go along. And I knew nothing about this process and still know nothing.
Is the bulk of your actual hard labor done?
I think it is, but everything I read says it's not, and that the edits when you get back are the hard part. So we'll see. I'll know that answer in 3 or 4 weeks, but I feel like the next part might be the hard part because it's also damn, they don't like that. You got to cut that out, or they think I'm stupid. It's
how are you? Do you know how you're going to handle that? If I wrote a book and somebody sent back and we're striking out my words, I'd be like, motherfucker, I fucking wrote that. Don't strike my words.
I know. That's how I don't know. ChatGPT said to put myself in the mental place of accepting that, but I think I'm all right because when I write for the Chronicle or other place, or even when I first started writing and I was in Empower Texans, the edits would just be and Michael would do them in red, and so it's red edits. So I think I'm used to editing. I think I'm used to it, but it's never easy. So yeah, I don't know that I'm ready for it, especially because it's I wrote about my friends and things that I knew and stuff. So my editor at one point was you got to take this story out. It's not really interesting. And I thought it was a very interesting story. But yeah, so I don't think I'm ready, but you got to just roll with the punches.
ChatGPT told you to get in the mental space to get ready for that. Why are you asking a robot about mental space?
I didn't ask the robot about mental space. I asked the robot what I should be doing in the meantime.
Yeah, why are you letting a robot control your life, brother?
To help me prepare for the next round. It gave a lot of suggestions that I didn't think of.
isn't the whole thing about like human connection and like had that friendship and brotherhood? Like maybe there's some brothers out there that you could reach out to get prepared for this rather than a fucking robot.
I wasn't asking about the mental space. I was asking what practical things to do. Like one thing it suggested that I had no idea or didn't think of was I need to go through the whole draft while I still have it and pull all like the updated versions of the data that I use, because some of the data I use is like 8 months old now. And so I got to go pull all that. And by the time the book comes out, it'll be a year and a half old. So stuff like that. And then it also just threw in there, also get in the mental space for the edits.
Thanks, robot.
Then I said, chat, well, how do I get into the mental space? Can you walk me through it?
And then you fell in love and now you're married to your chatbot.
Yes.
What's your chatbot's name?
I don't have, well, the chat GPT is Charlie, but Claude is Claude because that's Claude's name. And
Chat GPT is Charlie?
Mine.
Oh, you named it. Okay.
Well, I mean, you can go to the settings and like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's great.
I didn't name mine.
I've never named
one. Do you guys use one regularly or a combination of them?
Yeah, I use one occasionally.
What's your preferred?
Grok. Yeah. Why
Grok? I use Chat and Gemini.
You let Google tell you what to do? Michael, what? Oh my God. You're fucking...
You use Grok. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, Elon Musk is saving the world, dude.
No, it's not.
Please. I feel like Grok is like the worst of them all.
Please notice me, Elon. Please.
So,
lies.
Charles isn't the only one with personal news. So is Brad. No, I mean, I said put in our agenda for today, not our agenda topics, that is Brad in a cult, but I was being funny.
I know.
Brad, I want you to tell people about this group you've joined, because I think you've noticed.
It's not a group that I've joined.
Charles and I have noticed significant differences in your outlook on life, and so I think it would be cool to share with them, and then we can determine whether or not it's a cult.
Well, I mean, I'm interested to hear what the how you're going to define cult. But yeah, I didn't join a group. I entered a it's called Ascension Leadership Academy, and it's fucking awesome. And it's not a cult, but it's fun, and it's fun to think of it that way. It's fun that people say that, like, oh, you're in a cult? Well, no, I mean, I could leave and it's not a big deal. They may be, disappointed if I left and reach out to me like, hey, are you all right? But they're not going to say, nope, you have to stay. Don't talk about it. What are you doing? But it's fucking awesome. I love it. We just started our, and I'll talk about this more probably next week, but we just started our campaign for a local nonprofit, and we get to raise a ton of money for them as a team, and, give back to the community and taking on different leadership roles. And it's going to be fucking cool. It's a lot of fun, and it's super helpful.
How long does it go on?
It depends. The part that I'm in is optional. You don't have to do it, but I am. So it's like all in all would be, I think, 12 weeks when it's all said and done. So like there's one weekend, second weekend, and then you go through if you want to, you go through like a 10-week program. So it's about 12 weeks. And yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know. How do you explain it? How do you explain it without going through it? It's really difficult. But you guys have noticed positive changes. Tell me about the positive changes.
Brad wants an affirmation.
I don't want affirmation. I want to know what other people are seeing. And that's part of like what I'm going through.
Well, what are you going through? Tell us more.
Okay. You're ignoring the question.
I noticed you be calling people a lot now.
You be
at random times. And and then like you answer the phone thing and he needs something and he's like, well, how are you doing? I'm like, all right, like I'm making Rice Krispie treats. I don't really have time for this right now, but it's okay.
Yeah. Rice
and I think generally it's not displayed on this show, of course, but you've become nicer. And I don't think it's like nicer in the sense of just like outwardly. I think you're kind of like radiating a little more positivity. And since you were like -50, you're still like -25, but it's increased from where you were. Still a ways to go.
I'll take the small wins.
You are ascending. And I think you just generally like are just generally like more positive coming from you in all regards. And I don't know, you can see it.
Well, thank you, Michael. Pump me up.
Oh no, I'll go all psychoanalytical on this. You don't want that. Come on now.
Please do.
Well, I mean, I think you went through a very rough patch in your life, and it was affecting your energy and your aura and what you're putting out in the world. And I think this, I think it's important for men in particular to find structure and find purpose and find direction. And I think this leadership thing is doing that for you. And there's a lot of positive benefits I've seen. And one of them is just, what Charles said is, now that you have purpose and structure and direction coming out of that tough part in your life, you're just a lot happier, I can tell. And as a result of just feeling better about yourself, you're more engaging with the people you know and care about. Your production is increasing. You're doing more. You're looking out into the future. You're setting yourself up for success. All things that are very good. And I think it's super positive. I'm just worried at the end there's going to be some Kool-Aid situation where I'm going to have to like intervene and save you from the Jim Joneses of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're going to Guyana at the gonna be really cool. I appreciate that. That's really great to hear, guys. And I mean, I had purpose before, but it was just kind of small, and it was really difficult to see sort of past like what is really possible. And going through it, it's opened up a lot of possibilities, mostly within me, to change who I am on the outside.
Yeah.
So
and I think because I've almost joined like 2 or 3 cults, but I've like found out right before. And so I stopped. And so I've seen like,
was one of them Nexium?
No, I've never heard of that one.
Partybody.com.
Partyboards.org.
Oh, that's the one.
No, but it all has happened in like the past 3 years. Like you're hanging out, next thing you know, it's like, oh, is this a cult? Like, and so and then it turns out it is. And so I can see the difference, and it seems like what you're doing is not a cult. But it is having like cult-like effects. And I don't mean that in a negative sense. I mean in the sense that like the way that people who join cults like kind of like innately and deeply resonate with whatever the issue is, and then it kind of comes out. I think that's the same thing. I think that's why we joke about it, because the people who do join cults, they feel it so deeply, then they try to encourage you to do it. It comes from like this deep place of passion, because they found something. And so I think that's why we joke about it. But yeah, it's great.
I'm really curious how you almost joined 3 cults. Like, that's never happened to me. Like, you're hanging out and all of a sudden like, oh, this is a cult. Like, who are you hanging out with?
Apparently people in cults.
What the fuck?
It's like, but you don't know until like you're there, and then like suddenly like something clicks. It's like, this is strange. So I just, but I got out of there before.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad that you got out.
So young or old men that are watching and feeling like you need some structure and purpose, Ascension Leadership Academy, I expect some sort of payment if somebody signs up from this show, but go check it out.
It's also for women, but that's fine.
Oh, women too.
It's also for you.
I just think this is it's more tailored towards men, right?
Not at all.
Okay. I'm assuming.
In the least.
All right, let's go back to politics. Thank you guys both for sharing personal stuff. You can ask me next week about personal stuff if you want. We're going to move on to local politics. City of Austin. Oh my God. City of Austin, the city council, 10-1, put on a 5-cent tax rate election. So I don't know. In layman's terms, it's a total of about 19 or 20% tax increase that they're going to ask voters to approve in November, because they have a $33 million budget deficit. So they say. They've never been audited. They didn't really try to find any savings. We'll put that aside. So they're putting a tax rate election to raise $110 million in additional property tax revenue. On top of that, Travis County is taking advantage of the disaster exemption and raising not for this year, and raising 9%. And then, school district community college, Central Health, all going up. Austin property owners are going to get slapped with another, median, who lives in a median value home, but let's say median value, about $1,000 extra in property taxes. It's just, it's crazy. Not surprising, but I'm wondering, both, Brad, what are you hearing out in the streets about this? And then Charles, what are you guys getting in Houston? Is this part of a common thread?
I love the city of Austin. They do such good fucking work. I mean, there's so much to talk about this tax rate election, and it's funny again that people just don't even like pay attention. What do I hear out on the street? Fucking nothing, because nobody knows what's happening. Nobody knows, and it's all couched in their political agendas and raising the homeless spending and yada yada yada. But they have the city of Austin has what's it called? They do that. They're going to do this every 4 years. That's their plan. Every 4 years have a tax rate election, unless they need one sooner. So it's like, okay, we're getting this one now, and it's going up by $100 million. The revenue is going up $100 million. And they had like $100 million deficit planned in 2029, which was the planned next tax rate election. What's the deficit going to be then? It's fucking retarded that they don't have, they didn't bother. It's just $33 million out of a $6.5 billion budget or whatever. You can't find like 0.5% to like cut. Like their argument is that everything is 100% necessary and running 100% efficiently. And there's nothing that they can do except for take more of your money. Nothing.
City council member Mark Dushin, who spoke with the chief of staff for the mayor of Houston about their audit, suggested, why don't we do an audit? Or if we're going to raise the money, can we just set aside, $5 million for an audit? So next time, maybe we can find some savings to deal with this deficit. No, I don't even think you got a second.
Of course not. Why would they do that? They have political agendas and they have political aspirations. Vanessa Fuentes, our next mayor, has political aspirations, and she needs to get stuff done so that she can point to it in her campaign and say, look what I did with your money. What is happening?
Did you see what the name of their PAC supporting the proposition is?
No, what is it?
Oh, I guess.
I guess tax supporting I don't know.
Tax back?
Nope.
Supporting it? There's a PAC
supporting it.
What's it? Who the fuck is behind that PAC?
Campaign treasurer Leslie Poole, former council member.
Really cool. Really, that's great. I love her. I genuinely don't even know where to begin. I mean, like, what?
Love Austin PAC.
Lame.
So if you don't support the tax, you do not love Austin.
Genuinely don't understand how people aren't just like up in arms about what the city of Austin does to them. I mean, I guess it's just so affluent that people just don't even really care and like just let them waste money.
I don't think that's it.
Yes, that is it.
No, I don't think so. I mean, because like you have like because it parallels so many things going on in all of like the major urban areas. Have you guys followed at all San Antonio's Project Marvel?
I have.
Not really.
A little bit.
I mean, San Antonio has like a persistent poverty rate of like, I don't know, I forgot what the number is. It's like it's one of the highest poverty rates in the country. And they're $1.3 billion essentially for a new Spurs arena, but like for a combination of all this stuff. And the new mayor can't even get it stopped. The council's like, no, we're moving forward because the economic development report that was commissioned by the Spurs says that we're going to get $300 million of revenue every year from it. Literally commissioned by the Spurs in January, and they only produced it to city council like 3 weeks ago. And like I mean, I don't know anything else about her politics other than she is was a Biden appointee, so she's Democrat. But like in this regard for this project, she's trying to delay it until they get a better framework. And they're like, nope, we're moving forward because this report. It's like, and so there's that. And then here in Harris County, it's a mess. Like, I don't think it's because they're wealthy in Austin. I think it's just because people don't care.
Yeah, people don't care if their property taxes go up, and they don't care. Like, they just don't even notice it, and they don't care that the city of Austin wastes money all the time, and they do a bunch of dumb stuff, and they're not good at what they do. Like, they're literally the worst at what they do. And everyone just thinks it's the next dollar that's going to fix the problem. If we just give them one more dollar, they're going to finally fix it. If we give them one more homeless dollar, all the homeless people are going to be gone. And it's never going to happen. So,
yeah, I mean, it's partly that they're affluent because, so I've been talking with a lot of the who will be opponents of this, and they're like, that's a 16% tax increase, and we need to tell people that, and blah, blah, like all this data. I'm like, turnout in an off-year cycle in Austin is going to be overwhelmingly net, what's the word? Net family worth. There we go. That is going to be over $500,000. They're going to be older, white, liberal women who can afford a $1,000 tax increase, frankly. And they're going to play on I said before they named the PAC, they're going to play on the emotional case here because that's the only way they can justify it. And so you can scream data all you want, but that's not going to work because of who the electorate is. And then they filed their PAC, Love Austin, validating, this is whoever can win the emotional case here is going to win the election.
I hear you on the wealthy part, but I also think that even, and I'm not going to argue that that's the makeup of an Austin voter, that Austin electorate, because you know better than I. But you can take a family that consists of a secretary making $45,000 and in Austin and a janitor making maybe $55,000 who live in an apartment. They're going to probably vote for it too.
Yeah, you think?
Everybody's going to vote so I don't think it comes down to wealth. I think it just comes down to a general apathy of people believing this idea that government needs more money because of whatever reason. Last week, we had our 8 constables come before Commissioner's Court asking for a pay raise from, I think they're making $139,000 now to $203,000. And this is after they got a 17% pay. Now, we're not talking about the deputies. We're talking about the 8 elected constables. After they had a 17.5% pay raise last year that they filed a grievance for, and then a citizen commission had to get put together to agree on that. So they got that last year. Now they're asking for this. And then some guy gets up there and he's like, tax me more. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. He's
ironically.
He's kidding. And he's like, we need them. They're our public servants. And he's like, and while we're at it, dispatch needs to be paid more. You should pay the sheriff more. You need to pay this person. He's like, tax me. I don't care. And I'm like, this is nuts. It's like, this is nuts. The county's in a $300 million deficit. Our highest paid chief of staff for our 4 county commissioners makes $400,000.
Oh,
what?
$400,000. The lowest paid gets $212,000. The lowest paid gets.
Chief of staff makes $400,000 in government.
Yes. And they got 200. The lowest paid gets $212,000. Last year, just found out one of the commissioners gave her staff $1.5 million in bonuses, but called them retention incentives because bonuses are illegal for public employees. The highest one was her chief of staff, who makes $273,000 and got a $20,000 bonus. And yet you're sitting here telling me that we don't have money. And then people buy it and they go up there and be like, tax me more so that we can have a better county. So I think people just don't care. I
love it when you say tax me more. It's like bedroom talk.
It's just, I just don't understand. So this is where we are.
You're a sub and the county and city are your dom. Tax me more.
The city is actually doing a decent job. So
no, they're not. Never say that again because they're not.
They're doing a significant. They have it. The mayor fought a proposal from council members last year to do tax increase to do the external audit that Michael just talked about, where they found a number tens of millions in savings. I think maybe more than 10, maybe 100 million in savings. And these are recurring savings that don't reduce services. So I give them credit for where they are. Now,
does it reduce property taxes?
The rate? No.
They found $100 million in savings, and you're saying it doesn't, and it doesn't reduce.
That was so he could to avoid a property tax increase.
I know, but they found $100 million in savings, and you're saying it doesn't reduce services. That's cool, but does it reduce property taxes?
No, but it prevents it from going above property taxes.
Then they suck.
We have our property tax cap, which is lower than the state's property tax cap that we've had in place since 2004. So we're already lower. And so what they did was prevent us from going up. And correct, yeah. I mean, they should attempt to reduce property taxes, but it avoided them which was the alternative, which was paying more for property.
Michael's on. He's scrolling OnlyFans. So sorry, guys.
Yep. Never enough for Brad. Well, I was just never enough for Brad. Dude, the Houston, they are trying to find ways to not increase people's property taxes. Take it as a win. I know you want the Whitmire checks going out to Lost Creek neighborhood in Austin, but like
Whitmire? I don't know what that is.
Our mayor.
He's the mayor of Houston.
Oh, okay.
The refund checks with Whitmire's name on them, and you want those going to Lost Creek, but that's not going to happen. So if Kirk Watson would step up and be like, "Hey guys, no, well, let's do an external audit to ensure that we don't have to raise the property tax rate or raise your property tax bills," I would hope you would be ecstatic about that progress.
And how do we get some of that? You didn't have to pay for either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to pay for what?
We didn't have to pay for the audit because it was contingent on them finding savings.
Interesting. Okay. Well, if there was an audit of the city of Austin by a trusted third party, and that's a point that I will not back down from, must be trusted, and I doubt it would be.
Trusted.
Exactly. And if that happened, yeah, I would be excited about that. That'd be great. But I also know, because we all know this, that nothing would change. Our property taxes would still go up. They would find all the savings with, oh, this is great. We found all the savings. We can throw this money at something else and then keep increasing your property taxes. Oh, we found $100 million in savings. What we're going to do with that is we're going to increase the HOMA spending.
So why don't you put together a citizen commission to audit the city of Austin?
Why not waste your time and build a citizen commission to fail miserably at auditing the city of Austin? Because I have better things to do, like a podcast on Thursdays with my bros.
Well, if our 4 and 5 fathers had that idea when they started the country, then we would not be anywhere. Maybe you should take initiative, put together a very smart committee of people who care about this deeply, audit the city, and yeah, maybe they're not going to implement the stuff, but produce the findings, elevate the issue, and make a campaign out of it.
Michael, if I do this, do you think we can get the Koch brothers to sponsor it?
Probably.
Pay for that. All I'm saying is do something.
Yeah, I mean, you could request the documents through FOIA, and
waste of time. Waste of time. It's a waste of time. The system is not going to let itself go. The system is designed to grow, and it's just only going to grow. And until the system is changed to where it's designed to shrink, it's not going to shrink.
Well, it doesn't sound like you're doing anything to change the system now, does it?
Oh, you think that's true, huh? Oh, that's cute.
He's going to diminish it because he knows you're right, Charles.
Exactly. I mean, don't you feel a moral obligation to pursue these things that you care so deeply about? If that's
no, I don't.
You just complain about them.
Yeah, sometimes.
How are you any better than the people doing them?
Because I'm not stealing people's money and lying about it.
Well, you're paying into it, that they're doing it, and
what am I supposed to do? Not pay and then go to jail?
Civil disobedience is a widely held practice.
Excellent point. Don't pay, go to jail, and get shot by the IRS. This is awesome.
At least you'll die for the cause.
I'll go find my cabin in the woods and then get sniped.
Okay, so that's the thing. So complain about it, and then when nothing happens, don't complain.
Hey, Brad, go lose your life. Like, that's really a good idea. It's going to change the system. Other people have done it, and the system changed.
Who in recent history has lost their life for not paying taxes? That has been elevated up or whatever. Who in recent history?
How recent? What are you talking about?
That you can name that, like, anybody would know of.
Michael, what was his name?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh.
For not paying taxes?
No.
Wasn't that what Ruby Ridge was?
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying, was he not? Is that was the thing? He didn't pay taxes? I was going to say. Anyway, at the end of the day, you have to do something. You complain about the government, then you do nothing about it. I'm not saying you do nothing about it. There's stuff that you do, but there's always more that could be done.
Yeah, there's always more that could be done. You're right. There is always more that could be done, and I love talking about it, and I'm going to keep talking about it. And when the opportunities arise that I can also create to do something about it, I assure you, Charles Blain, CJ Blain 10 on X, I will do something about it. What?
Like a commission.
I just gave you a suggestion.
You gave me a suggestion of like going to jail. So no, thank you. I know that you will volunteer to come see me in jail and offer me entrepreneurship opportunities, and that sounds great. But I'm not going to do that.
All right. You're bickering. I love it. Way to end the show in true fashion. Charles and Brad at each other's throats, and we will like, subscribe, do all those things first, and then we'll see you next week. Adios.
Bye.
Somebody's got to